Hello and welcome to this lecture. This is a conceptual walkthrough of Elastic Beanstalk. You see EBS on screen. EBS is generally for EBS volumes, Elastic Block Storage. I've just used EBS as a short form of Elastic Beanstalk because of space constraint here, nothing else. All right. Now, Elastic Beanstalk is the service that simplifies a challenge that a lot of people will face and they are facing on AWS. So suppose you have an application ready and you want to deploy it on AWS servers. Now the challenge is you do not know much about AWS servers. You know about your application. You have programmed it, designed it. It's ready for deployment. But for that application to be available and hosted on AWS, you need to understand AWS services like EC2, the networking, VPC, subnet, security groups, NACLs, everything. And then you need to understand application load balancer, auto scaling group to handle scalability, right? And there are other services involved, notification services and whatnot. So, if you're not so familiar, which is a very common scenario with AWS services, you can go for this particular service called Elastic Beanstalk. All you need to do is you need to select the application technology, that is programming technology, whether it's a Node.js application, Java application, Go application, whichever technology your application is built in, and then upload the source code, the package, and that's it. There are a lot of configurations that you can do as in when you become more and more familiar with Elastic Beanstalk. But if you just upload it, then it will by default create the scalability components, that is auto scaling group, application load balancer, target group. It will deploy it. It will create one EC2 instance, deploy application on that EC2 instance, and the networking part will be taken care of by Elastic Beanstalk, right? So this is where this service is very important. It is, in a way, the abstraction layer that takes away a lot of complications of implementing AWS services for your application to go live. And then we need to understand what happens when we actually upload the app. Okay, we deploy the app. There are two things that happen. You have an app version that you have uploaded, and then this app is deployed, and it is deployed in an environment. So the app, the application, is always deployed in an environment, right? And it generates an URL to access the application. All right. Now, you can update this application version by uploading another application version. And once you have done so, then you can deploy this new application version. But we'll see that later. We can deploy the same application that has been deployed by default on the default application environment by creating a new environment. And this new environment can be with different settings. And we can create this new environment, and the same app is deployed on this new app environment. And now we have the new app version that we have updated, right? We have actually done some changes probably on our local system and then uploaded it on Elastic Beanstalk and the app version has been updated. This can be deployed on the default app environment as well as the new app environment. It's completely up to us. All right. So we need to understand app versions and app environment. App version is the version of our application code package that we have uploaded on Elastic Beanstalk. And when it gets deployed in the environment, which generates a URL, right? So we can also upload and deploy a new app version straight away from the environment, right? It has a button, a feature which says upload and deploy. Okay. So yeah, upload and deploy we can do straight away from the app environment. From any of these app environment, it can be done. And then the new app with new version will be deployed in that environment. That's it. It sounds complicated, but for as long as you are focusing on the app version and app environment, you will be sorted. And we will do the hands-on of all these scenarios in the next hands-on lab section. Thank you and looking forward to seeing you in the next lesson.